Okay, Talofa Lava Bikers. This is triple clamp trouble part 2. No prize for guessing. Job's done. This is the stock front end 14mm clamps, and I'll just shop to the bench to show you what we're talking about, just in case anyone doesn't know exactly what that means. That's the case, but just to clarify, so what are we talking about with the offset? So what we're talking about, so this is just eyeballed, so it's not precise, but the offset is if you take the middle point in the main clamps here and the middle point in the little one there where the steering head goes through, it's a distance from there back to the center, and I can't do it just with one hand here, but if you measure that, this distance back here is 14mm, and it is. So that's that's what we're talking about. Interestingly, doing my internet research, what did I learn? So looking at third-party suppliers of triple clamps, it seems like certainly modern bikes 2013 on, the overwhelming majority seem to have a 22, and the range is 20 to 25mm. Interestingly, the 25 was, I've only seen that for one model, but it was a YZ 450 as it happened, which makes sense. Nice big stable 450. So interesting, and even more interestingly, so I found one triple clamp supplier, I think it might have been Xtrig, who had adjustable triple clamps, and they offered a 14 to 16mm adjustable triple clamp, and on their website they stated that its function was for supermoto, which I thought was most interesting, and kind of fits with my observation that on hard pack surfaces of the type that I had a lot of cross-country tracks, it wasn't really a big issue. So yeah, there we go. So for what it's worth, 14 is an oddity. Who knows what on earth KTM were thinking. Anyway, so that's the offset. Job's done. Here we are now. Got the new clamps on from Mr. Bud Racing. So how did that go? Actually, once I found the Bud Racing clamps, it was okay. I ordered them from Judd Racing here in the UK. They turned up in a couple of weeks. I went to fit them. I then found out that this set of mudguards, etc., does not fit the clamp. I emailed back to Judd Racing. They emailed back to Bud Racing, and they said, "Oh yeah, that's right. No worries. We only do 2013. All you need to do is change the plastics, just the front mudguard and the number plate." So I did that, and actually that wasn't either particularly difficult or expensive, so hence the delay though. So the plastics have come, so now we've got a 2013 mudguard, 2013 number plate. That was all fine. The only real problem was, like a lot of these sorts of things, the third party bling bits didn't fit particularly well with the holes on the OEM plastics, but it was just a question of a bit of a filing job, just to move some of the centers of the aluminium ringed holes by... Oh, morning. Right, sorry, that was just the post arriving in the middle of my my broadcast here. Anyway, so where was that? So the the little grommets, the aluminium grommets, just needed a wee bit of filing just to move, or basically oblong them by a millimetre or two to get the bolts to fit, but everything went together as solid and looks good. And there we go. So looks good. So it solved another particularly odd problem that the bike's always had. One of the other mysteries was it's always had a very limited steering lock, or the stock bike did, which always seemed another very strange problem. And of course, it's clear why that was now, wasn't it? Because the triple clamps are back this way by what, so 8mm, right, compared with these, which means that there's just that much less room before you hit the stops. So so oddly enough, the lack of steering lock now fixed as well. Anywho, next thing is a test ride coming up soon, hopefully tomorrow. The weather forecast is good, so I'm going to take it up to a track which will be good for test riding, good sorts of conditions for it. Sorry, we've got a busy road out there, so I'm chopping and changing because there's sirens going past, delivery vans, and everything's happening. Anyway, so last job now, of course, is to obviously take it out for a test ride. I'm not holding my breath. I'm too old to be overly hopeful, but nonetheless, I am hoping that it will be an improvement. I'm definitely hoping it won't be worse. But in any case, as long as it's not worse, I have to say, I think it looks great. Don't you? Yeah. I'm not much of a one for spending money on bling. It doesn't generally make it any quicker. But that looks bloody good, I think. Alright, so I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for listening. Ciao for now.